Hey mate, okay, so weirdly it's actually better. But this is, which wasn't or didn't look like before, and you say, well, this is definitely too deep here. Okay, so we got to get these legs and hips and knees all on top of each other. Okay, that's definitely a bit too deep there. So I think the easiest way is probably just stand a little sort of closer and taller. You're quite far from the ball as it is. Yeah, the swing's actually better, mate. Now, because it was better, and obviously it is a bit long with the driver, it then ended up being this swing a little more out of sync in terms of arms and club versus your body rotation or your pivot. But it was definitely more solid, especially the backswing. Okay, so we'll just go through this backswing here. Okay, takeaway definitely neater. Less moving parts, setting the club a little bit earlier. Everything very neat up until there. Okay, we will decide in the future if it's worth or not worth, we'll decide, getting rid of that arm swing there. What club head speed does that give us versus synchronization? Okay, so you can see when that's going. First thing to notice, or the first thing that I noticed surely, was way less change in your height. Okay, so you've maintained your angles way better. So interesting in this video here is, so once you get there, now that your body action's a little bit tighter, we can see it's literally just arms and club moving independently. Okay, so we'll get to that at some point if we need to. So because the arms move independently without the body, okay, then at some point they've got to catch up. So either they need to be faster than the body rotation, okay, or there needs to be a bit of a delay in the delivery in the arm swing. Okay, nice change of direction. Slight change in posture in the change of direction, but nice change of direction. Shoulder planes are looking good. Obviously above the plane there, but we are going to be if we're a little bit long and a little bit out of sync. And then basically, we probably should have hit the ball in that frame. So the hips are open beautifully, the chest is open to the target. That's actually a really good delivery position right there, if we look at it like that. If that was impact, okay, that would be pretty much spot on here. So that's where the arms are lagging behind a little bit. Now, because they're lagging behind, this face was quite open. Obviously a little steep, but open. And then a lot of face rotation. That's where the lefts are coming from. See how much face rotation is there. Okay, so it's the right track, a little more practice. Obviously we didn't hold the angles enough on the downswing. Okay, but it actually looks a hell of a lot better, mate. Hey, Matty. Okay, you can see in the video there, and thanks for the video, you can see in the video there that the body work on the backswing is much better. Okay, look, I think it's a case of, as you say, a little bit too much. I was going to say a lot then, but a little bit too much going on. You haven't sort of clarified as to how you now want to use that new technique. It's obviously very new. But also now that we're stronger and neater, okay, then it's more obvious how much you were relying on your hands and eyes and club manipulation. Okay, so obviously, as we know, and we spoke about in the very beginning, in order to push through that, okay, we just have to learn this part. Okay, so yeah, sorry to go well this weekend, but it'll click over very quickly. So the only other thing I need to know from you is then how do the irons feel? Because I can understand sort of focusing on this and not being so deliberate and so aware what your hands and club head are doing through impact. So therefore basically just fighting the lefts all the time. But because you're now not aware of that or don't have time to be aware of that because you're so focused, yeah, and before you know it, obviously you've hit the golf ball. But how did it translate with the iron? Was it better with the iron? So having the same thoughts of that stability in the backswing, no moving part, how did that translate into the iron game? Okay, so I want to know that. And then obviously we'll chat either Wednesday night or Thursday after your Wednesday session, and then really dial in. But basically, we've just got to come up with a plan before we go to the golf course. All right, so we've got to say, okay, so what I'm going to do, okay, is I'm going to focus on only the right leg, and then my target, whatever the case may be. All right, and that's our decision for the day. We can't be thinking of all these things and still trying to swing with rhythm and balance. and then still be target aware, and then still be committed. I mean, it's just too much, right? Anyway, okay, so Wednesday's work, I'm presuming it's Wednesday, this Wednesday, we'll change it up slightly, okay? So what I want you to do, I want you to warm up to at least 10 shots, okay, with the L to L. Okay, now this is a good sort of warm up and control exercise, but it's going to start building our wedge game a bit later, our sort of 60 to 100, 120, that mark there. That was one of our longer term goals, to hit a couple of those a bit tighter. But don't worry about that right now. This is just sort of planting a seed for later. And then just a little bit of synchronization and control. Okay, so at least 10 shots, L to L, or 9 to 3, whichever way you look at it. So we're standing inside of the clock. Left arm is the hour hand. Okay, we just swing back till 9 o'clock, or we make a little L shape there. So the L is obviously the hinge. Yeah? Okay, so nice and neat. Chest is over the ball, L shape, and then L shape there. Okay, I just did sort of 10 of those. Okay, and then I want you to 10 7 irons. Okay, with your feet together. Okay, literally need your feet touching. Okay, so I mean, obviously at first it's going to be a little bit awkward, so you're probably going to have to do that sort of 50 or 60%. But then move it up to a good sort of 80% somewhere there in terms of speed and carry distance. So just 10 7 irons, 10 L to L's, 10 7 irons from there. Okay, then we're going to split our work again. We're going to drop the glove under the armpit drill. We're going to keep the double knee flex drill. Okay, so let's split it over 3 and 2 this week with the double knee flex drill. Okay, so we've got 3 reps with the double knee flex, and then 2 normal swings. Okay, and then our second little bit of work, okay, is going to be along the same lines. Okay, is going to be now a 10 to 3 swing. Okay, so 3/4 swing, right? So we're going to go, that's 9 o'clock, we're going to go 10 o'clock. Okay, but now we're talking about our irons, right? So we're talking 9 iron up, 9, 8, 7, whatever it is. Okay, and I want you to, normal stance, obviously a little bit narrower than when we first started. Okay, but we're just going to go there to 10 o'clock. Okay, and we're going to hold it there at 2 o'clock. Okay, 10 to 2. Alright, and we're just going to hit 4 of those and then 1 normal full whatever iron we're on. So we work through the bag. So I like to sort of differentiate each session. So I like to do either odd numbers or even numbers. Okay, but just do it how you normally do. But so arguably it would be that warm up. Okay, L to L feet together, 10 of each. Okay, and then we would go 9 iron. I would do 9 iron, then 7 iron, then 5 iron, and then 2 iron driver, something like that. Okay, so split the double knee flex drill, 3 reps of the drill, 2 swings, and then split the 10 to 2 drill, 4 reps, 1 swing. Okay, and then very, very important, Ruve, very, very important. Okay, remember those last at least 5 shots. Okay, but if not 10, those last 5 shots. Okay, are there no more drills? Okay, now you're just swinging. So a little bit of target practice, a little bit of routine practice. Okay, how do I take what I learned, what I felt today in today's session onto the golf course with our next play? Okay, so ideally, let's call it the last 10 shots, okay, are going to be 2 9 irons, 2 7 irons, a 5 iron, and 4 drivers, 5 drivers, something like that. Okay, and each one you've got a target. Okay, obviously try and move that target around the range. Okay, you have full routine. I don't mind if you keep alignment sticks for the last 10. Okay, but you could also do away with it. But one rep, one target, bit of visualization, full routine. Translate your swing thoughts into feel and into execution. Okay, now it is quite early to look at execution, but you have to leave your range session like that. Okay, because otherwise you do arrive at your next round of golf going, well, I mean, where's the ball going to go? What swing am I using? Okay, remember we're not changing your swing or very, very little. We're just neatening things up. Okay, so it might feel different, but it's just because you're mentally focused in different areas now that you're more aware of it. Okay, we will talk again after your session, after your next practice session. There's your session laid out for you, and you can see already on the backswing how it's improving that driver swing you showed me. Okay, so this is the last little thing. Obviously, everything we're doing needs to happen. Okay, is translated into not getting into sort of that. You can see in that video not getting into that slightly above the plane, slightly open delivery position. Okay, everything we're doing is going to try and get you in that slot, well, slots here, but in that delivery position with maximum energy, just ready to let go. Okay, so that is the end goal. Please understand that isn't everything that we're working towards, but this is how we're going to do it. Okay, we can't manipulate the club into that position. Okay, otherwise you're going to hit some really good drives and then some really rubbish drives. Okay, and then you're just going to get really, really frustrated. Alright, so just a little bit of the hard work or in the beginning, or the boring work if you want to call it that. Okay, but that is our end goal. That's what we're working towards. Better delivery position of the driver. It's to do with swing plane, it's to do with synchronization, absolutely. Okay, but we will work it there by fixing and neatening up the body work. Okay, then we're going to let that club or teach that club how to go there correctly. Alrighty, okay, so that's your work for the week, and then again we will chat later on during the week. Okay, thanks, mate.